So, you may have heard us talk on this show reminiscing about the good old days. Of days when gone by, when a promoter would say of two riders having a fracas in the pits, do it where everyone can see it. Those promoters understood the value of confrontation. They understood that these sort of opportunities put bums on seats. It's why Aston Villa's biggest asset is Birmingham City. Or at least it would be if City would just stop messing around in the lower leagues. It seems that finally the BSPL is starting to get this message, as the match report on the BSPL site of the Leicester versus Sheffield match was mainly about the altercation between Josh Pickering and Kyle Howard. Only in Speedway. And the music stops. And I say, good evening everybody and welcome to the Speedway Tavern.
Good evening.
Good evening. Did you have a nice holiday?
Oh, it was fantastic, yeah.
Which is where we start off with an apology. It's got written here. That Chris has got to make because he didn't tell us he was going away for 2 weeks instead of one, so we apologise for that.
Even I didn't know.
No, there's nothing in the truth. Nothing in the truth that his wife wouldn't let him back in. So anyway, with the few things that we should first of all start off with saying get well. Connor Coles.
Yeah, absolutely. Horrible
accident. But that sort of brings into sharp relief the talk that Ben Barker's been having recently with the BSPL, or not having with the BSPL from what it seems.
Yeah, that's right.
About this business with the rider insurance.
Mm-hmm. It seems to be rumbling on, doesn't it? I think it's disappointing for me that it's sort of been played out like this publicly and nobody seems to want to actually sort of say what is actually happening.
Yeah, take the bull by the horns and say this is what's happened and this is why.
It does have a feeling of, well, we'll just kick it down the road and deal with it later on, but I think somebody needs to say something now, really, before it sort of starts getting to the point where things get nasty.
I mean, we don't know the ins and outs of everything, so we have to be careful a little bit about what we can and what we can't say. However, the fact that some clubs, Ipswich being one of them, and a few others that we don't know, have come out and actually done the insurance for their riders would say there must be some truth in what Ben Barker has been saying.
Well, Ipswich were rather pointed in their statement, weren't they? Because they pretty much put it in straight away before the first meeting that it did almost feel like a little bit of a nudge to the BSPA. I think all the BSPL and the Speeder Control Bureau are saying, well, come on, get this sorted out. And
nothing's happened. And Ben Barker's been knocking on the brick wall that we've all at times knocked on, trying to get information from the BSPL. Is that the way to run a professional sport?
Not particularly, no. It feels like mushroom management, doesn't it?
It really,
kept in the dark and fed on rubbish. So.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, I think Ben Barker has surprised a lot of people in the way he's taken this stand, and good on him, I think.
Yeah.
And these guys are the guys that we pay to go and see.
That's right.
So, yeah, come on, just get something sorted out at BSPL, I think, is the message from everywhere.
And we've seen, obviously, with Connor Coles' accident, these guys are literally risking their lives to go out there and entertain fans. I
mean, obviously they do it because they want to, absolutely, but I don't think they want to have the rest of their lives affected if possible.
No.
It's not always possible in this sport, but there you go. So I'd love to know your guys' views out there. I'd love to know what your guys' views are, but I can't currently actually see them because you're still messing about with trying to get things to work.
Left-hand side. I'll pop them out in a bit.
Okay. I can see Pete Clark saying good evening.
Yep, Jeff Daniels says evening, chaps. Phil Taylor says evening, gents.
And that means you can hear us. That's the main thing, because we wasn't sure about that.
No, that's right.
Dave Twine says hi. Or Dave.
Okay, so, we'd like your opinions about this whole issue with the riders' insurance. That would be nice to hear your views. Also, what did you guys think of Landshut 1 and Landshut 2, i.e. the World Cup, followed by the Grand Prix? we might as well start with that. Very good result for GB, I thought.
Yeah, you'll have to sort of take the lead on the World Cup meeting because unfortunately I didn't see it. So
yeah, I mean I did see it. It looked when Leon Flint came out, and I think he came last in his first race, and we didn't score anything. I thought, oh dear. But after that, it was
professional performance.
Yeah, pretty much all of our. And Dan Bewley's just looking better.
He's flying.
Better.
He's really made a really strong start to the season, hasn't he? You'd probably argue he should have won the Grand Prix on the Saturday, but
we will come to that. Yep. But yeah, I probably would argue that. But yeah, we'll come to that. But yeah, I mean, when we spoke about the World Cup before our enforced 2-week break, we're not going to let you get away with that, by the way. We sort of were a little bit, it's going to be a bit tricky, and also with the fact that Adam Ellis got injured just before it and so couldn't take his place. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Liam and I think he's been doing really well this year. I think he was the right one to put in, by the way, in place. Although Richard Lawson may not agree with that. But anyway, so it was just a great performance, I thought. The track. Did you watch the GP?
I did watch the GP,
okay,
yes.
So I think it's very much performed the same on both days as perhaps not great entertainment at the beginning, but it
got better. The last few races of the Grand Prix in particular were really good, weren't they?
I mean, we'll talk about Dan Bewley's last stuff first as well when we come to that. Yeah. But I thought it was a good, promising performance. Gonna have to be better for the final.
Yes,
obviously.
Done this a few times though, hasn't he, Dan Bewley? When it's got to the big races, he hasn't stepped up. So in the
I mean, he has won
the World Cup as well. So I mean, it's obviously going to be a much stronger test in the World Cup. Poland obviously will go into that as the favourites. Of course, they've got home advantage on their hands. They've got home advantage with Saw because, of course, it's not a permanent track, is it? It's at the Wrocław, Warsaw track, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's at the National Stadium, so which is a bit of a gamble, I think, for a one-off meeting like that. I thought, obviously Wrocław had the World Cup 3 years ago.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. I just, hope we can be competitive when we're up against, obviously, Australia will be there.
Poland, Australia.
And
the Danes,
maybe the
Danes, maybe the Swedes. So
we shall see, but we won't know for a while because
we've got a while to go. It's not till August, is it? When we've got the
talk of perhaps Ty Woffington coming back, if he's ready, if he feels that he's ready.
I would be surprised, to be honest. I mean, we haven't. He seems to be getting some decent scores in Poland at the moment, but I think he's going to have to do a lot more racing before he can be in a position where he can declare whether he's ready to ride in that.
There's a few people mentioning Northampton, and we will talk about that. I think quite positive,
encouraging start. I think they did. Obviously, they'll be disappointed. I think they lost the first home meeting.
They've lost every meeting.
They've lost every meeting. Certainly our first home meeting. Yeah. But they were reasonably competitive. They were quite competitive at Bellevue yesterday. Bellevue, in the end, their top end strength just sort of enabled them to run away from them in a little bit. But I've seen photographs from someone who was there at Northampton. Looks like they had a really, really good crowd.
I thought they would for the first.
Quite a few local people there as well, so they've obviously been doing some sort of drive to get people in. So I think the key one is going to be their second meeting, just to see what sort of how many of those go back for the second meeting. Because the first meeting, there's always a bit of a novelty, isn't it? You get a lot of people who.
Do you remember Birmingham's first meeting?
I do remember Birmingham's first meeting. Yeah.
There was no room to breathe almost.
Yeah,
it was.
Do you remember? It was the Stoke, wasn't it? It was the first team meeting. I think there was a good crowd for that one as well. It wasn't as big.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, we don't talk about Birmingham these days. Back to the G. We'll talk about the GP. We've done the World Cup was fine. Good performance by GB. I've just come back to one thing. I thought it was a bit. what's a good word here? Surprising that we only announced a 7-man squad.
Yeah.
And that made it a bit difficult for them when Adam Ellis dropped out. There were other people that you couldn't. The most teams named a 10-man squad.
Yeah.
Even the Ukraine, and they must be having difficulty
Getting riders, yeah. So.
And the original rules, as I understand it, was that once you named your original 10-man squad, you could only take riders from that 10-man squad, even going up to the final, which is a bit ridiculous when the final's, 4 months away, 4 months away.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen, do you? You know, you could have 2 or 3 riders. Hopefully this doesn't happen. You got two or 3
That's been changed now, by the way.
So.
That rule has been changed now, so we can change it, but that was originally. So maybe that's something that is a slight, shall we say, faux pas.
Maybe.
Okay, so the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah.
First of all, the track was okay, I thought.
Started off very. It's always a bit of a risk, I think, when you're having 2 major movements on a track.
It was bumpy.
It was bumpy, yeah. And obviously, they did flood it a little bit when they did the watering. There was a very, very long interval, wasn't it? It seemed to last about 50 minutes or something, didn't it? But I think once they sort of got it right in the end, we were treated to some fairly good racing.
Well, I mean, the best race
was Bewley.
It was Bewley.
It was superb. I think it was 8:19, wasn't it? It was a superb.
8:19, unbelievable.
Yeah. But that was the hallmarks of a rider that's learned his trade at Bellevue, I think, because that was a Bellevue line, really.
It really was, yeah. It really was. And it went through the card.
Yeah.
15-point maximum.
Yep.
Should have won the damn thing.
Didn't deliver when it counted, but no,
it
obviously
wasn't for lack of effort. To be fair on his part, that was a great race as well.
Yeah,
and you sort of contrast the difference because I don't know whether you saw the Josh Pickering Kyle Howarth manoeuvre. Yes. I think Bewley had as much, if not more, things to complain about in the way that he was pushed up against the fence at one point, but he didn't.
Yeah,
it was like
just got to get on with him.
Yeah, just got to go with it.
If you're going to dish it out, you've got to be prepared to take it back. So,
so just was interesting in the different sort of dynamics between those two situations, which had similarities to them. He did take him out quite a bit.
Well, he did, yes.
It was, but I've seen worse.
Yeah, we have seen worse. Yeah, but. All credit, I think, to Casper Verena. They really made an impressive. Of course, we have seen Casper Verena ride over here before. I think he rode here about 10 years ago. I think he had a spell at Coventry. I think he had a spell at Leicester as well.
I'm so glad that you said you got to say the name because I can't. I just can't.
But, no, he was. He rode. Obviously, he's got a pedigree in Speedway as well. Of course, his grandfather, I think it was world number 3 on 2 occasions. In 66
he took his opportunity.
So absolutely. But he looked lively during the meeting anyway. It's interesting as well, man. He's had a really good start to the season in Poland, and you look at his record in the Polish Extra Liga. He's one of the few riders that regularly does get the better of Bartosz Smarslik as well, so he knows how to beat him. So,
well, you've mentioned the name, and by the way, we might have a poll. If yes, thank you.
Yes, of course, yeah.
I've forgotten he was here. Actually, he's been that quiet. So.
We might have a poll to have a look at in a moment.
And we don't need one to dance round and do.
No, just stop it.
Oh, sorry.
Just dear me.
He had to go there, didn't he?
Was not his most convincing performance, I thought, Bartok, but he still made a final.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't have been surprised if he'd popped out in the final. And
well, no, because he did that regularly.
Because he delivers when he needs to, doesn't he? Obviously, there was one incident involving Smarslik that I think we probably should discuss. That was the incident with Robert Lambert in the final when it looked towards his purposes like Lambert tried to kung fu him into the fence.
Yes,
it was quite a bizarre incident, to be honest. I'm surprised not more's been made out of that, really, because it didn't. There's nothing in the rules to say you can't do it, but it wasn't particularly a sporting thing to do, was it? So,
no, and
I'm sure it'll be interesting to see what people put any comments on about that. To be honest, we haven't seen any comments yet. I
suppose he's not called ruthless for.
Well, he has been accused in the past of not being ruthless enough at times in the Grand Prix, so maybe that's a new a new side of him.
He looked lively enough, Robert Lambert. Not in the same postcode as Dan Bewley, shall we say, but he looked, lively enough.
He needs a big season because obviously having finished second in 24 last year was a disaster. Didn't even get in the top 10 last season, so he needs a big season. I think at the moment he's probably behind Bewley at the moment in terms of the top British rider, which seems a bit of a harsh thing to say because, of course, he is the current British champion as well, Robert Lambert. So, of course, he'll be defending that title at Bellevue later in the season. Yeah, so I think obviously they're both obviously made. We haven't seen as much of Lambert obviously because of him not riding in the UK, but I think the early signs that he'll be reasonably happy. I think with the start, obviously to get.
It's not disastrous.
Not disastrous.
That's the thing that you want to avoid, I guess.
Yeah. You can't win. I mean, obviously with the Grand Prix series, you can't win it in the first round, but you can certainly go a long way towards losing it if you have a bad first round. So,
particularly when you have the likes of Schmarzlik, who's just so consistent. Final. That's what he does, Brady Kurtz, not so impressive.
He'll be disappointed. He blew it really in the last race, didn't he? He had a great chance of getting into the top two directly.
Is this the problem? Second album.
Well, he's lost that element of surprise now, hasn't he? I mean, last season was absolutely phenomenal. To all intents and purposes, he was the best rider last season. He probably, if he hadn't had, he had one not so great Grand Prix. I think it was Prague when he came off in the semi-final, and that ultimately cost him the championship. So I mean, to win 5 Grand Prix in a row, over half of the Grand Prix during the season, and still not win the World Championship is astonishing, really. But it's just to be hoped now that he's not going to be one of these riders that gets so close and then doesn't get anywhere near it again. That would be a shame. But obviously he's got time on his side. But he hasn't had a brilliant start to the season anyway. Even for Bellevue, he's not been quite on the level that he was last season, I don't think.
No, he hasn't. But then I think last year he started off slow as well. So
I don't know whether the track caught him out, maybe. To be honest, it probably wasn't his sort of track. But again, I suppose at the end of the day, if you're going to be a world champion, then you've got to master every single track. I mean, everybody talked about Bartlett Schmarzlik doesn't ride Bellevue very well last season. Cracked it, didn't he? So once he cracks a track, that's it. He's gone.
Yes, exactly right. Right, we'll have to. There's a ton of stuff up on the show box, so we're going to have to work our way from the top down, I think. He's busy trying to set this poll up.
Start from there.
Okay. Great meeting last night at Leicester. That was Leicester. Northampton. Yeah, I've just been reading about that, actually. Yeah. Didn't see it, but again, they seem to. They're a bit nearly there, Leicester. Northampton at the moment, aren't they?
Well, it was 57-33 was the final score, so it was a bit of a bruising.
The worst one for them.
Yeah, it was the worst one, worst result for them so far.
But Jamin Lidsey seems to be being
he stepped up, hasn't he?
one.
He's obviously it's a new challenge now because obviously leaving Bellevue, he can't. Obviously, at Bellevue he could probably hide a little bit behind Bewley and Kurtz, but he can't do it now. Obviously, now he's the expectation.
He's the spearhead.
Yeah.
And he seems to be doing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I watched all of the meetings in the Australian Championship, and he rode really well in that one. Admittedly, it wasn't the strongest of fields in that, but.
Okay, evening chaps, good to join you live. Been busy on Tuesdays lately. Well, we haven't been here, so you haven't missed anything. Phil Taylor says, what do you guys think about Scunthorpe signing Dan Gilks in place of Simon Lambert? Strange one, in my opinion. Don't think it's that strange.
Might well be what was available.
Well, it might have been, but also Dan Gilks is more the future, and Simon Lambert's been about a little bit.
You know what you're going to get with Simon Lambert, though, don't you? He's a clever rider, really. I think he would say that. He's obviously, he's a real battler, and he'll push rides out the way and things like that. So,
ex-Birmingham rider, of course.
Yep.
I don't think there's a team in the league that we can't say that for.
Yep, at the moment, yes.
I mean, I guess the proof of the pudding's in the eating. We'll have to see how that actually works out.
Yep.
Simon Corbett, Northampton's first meeting GP comments rider of the week. Kai Thompson, big scores, Edinburgh useful at Northampton. That was a mouthful.
Yep.
Okay.
Edinburgh will be on a high one because obviously they went to Glasgow and won on Sunday
Yes.
as well. So always great for them to go there and win. So
They've certainly not been having it their own way, have they, Glasgow?
they haven't really. So we'll probably have a little look at the table shortly. So this is in the BSN series, so the championship starts really en masse this week. There's quite a few championship matches going on this weekend.
Absolutely. Dave Tyne says it's okay, but it's been buffering. Sound okay, but it's been buffering. But
That's his computer.
well, I was wondering.
He's
I
still
mean,
on XP.
It's not Amstrad, I've heard. So.
am I going to go with a Spectrum? No.
We had one of those, a Spectrum. Yeah.
I'll just let you know, I've put a link up on the Shoutbox to tonight's poll. If it doesn't work, there's a link actually on the page.
Okay.
Yep. I also put a link onto the Prediction League as well. So.
And what is the poll?
And the poll is, will Schmarzlik break the record and gain 7 world titles this year?
Okay, because I mean, if he does it, that's statistically at the very least he's the best rider.
It is a moment of history, isn't it? Really, it's
I have my doubts. I wonder whether that's going to sit heavy on his shoulders.
You never write him off.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd be an absolute fool to write him off, I think. So.
Oh well, I'm going to write him off then. First half of the GP was boring, but an excellent second half, says somebody whose name has disappeared. Phil Taylor.
Yep.
We can't have that name disappear. Pete Clark, does British Speedway need a fight every week to make the national papers? Possibly.
Yeah.
I thought it was nothing really, to be honest. It was too competitive riders to let off a bit of steam.
Absolutely. It was,
Yeah,
let's have more of it. That's what I think.
Did you watch the full incident? Because I'll tell you one thing that worried me was I think somebody might have won over with the Leicester flag marshal because he didn't half go out on the track quite a way out, didn't he? If Carl Howarth hadn't had his head screwed on, he might have mowed him down, to be fair. So.
Saw a certain Mr. Guest getting involved as well, but enough of that. Why isn't Danny King in the Great Britain squad? Well, that's a good question.
Has he been in the Great Britain? He hasn't been in the Great Britain squad for quite a few years, has he? I don't think.
I think he's been named in the top 10 in the 10-man squad, surely.
I don't think he has.
Okay, but
I might be wrong.
Perhaps he should have been. Would he have been a better choice?
The only thing with Danny King, he hasn't got a huge amount of experience on the foreign tracks, has he? Because he's predominantly rides in this country. I don't think he's ridden in the Polish league,
no,
or in the other ones. So,
have many people had much experience in German Landshut track? I mean, I think our mate, whose name is just
Leon Flint.
Leon Flint has. I think he rides for Landshut, doesn't he? But Darren Reynolds says, "Hi chaps, have you got tickets for World Cup final in Poland? Great result for GB, but are the team strong enough to compete against the Aussies and the Poles? And would you put Woffington in the team?" Well, join the conversation late.
Yep.
I would put Woffington in the team if Woffington felt he was ready.
Yeah.
Because his experience, as opposed to who, there isn't anybody else, is there? I think you've always got a chance when you got a top two of Lambert and Bewley on their day.
Yeah.
I think you've always got a chance. So, but you do need them to be absolutely at their best.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a great effort 3 years ago to almost beat the Poles in their own backyard. So there's going to be an expectation on the British team to see if they can match that. But it's going to be obviously it should be an absolute spectacle that final. Obviously, we don't know the full lineup yet because, of course, the second qualifier is not until. It's finding it a bit strange that there's such a big gap between the first qualifier and the second qualifier.
It's weird, isn't it?
Honest, but
it is weird. It seemed this first semi-final seemed very horrid.
You might forget about it by the time you get to the second one. So.
Forget about what? Yeah. So just so that you know, the poll is going 100% yes and 0% no. I think that's probably one vote, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah. That's Barton's vote.
As Bartok Schmarslik put that vote in. Yeah, can we go back to the show? Oh, here you go. Thank you very much. And I've read that one. Jez Corson, Northampton rode well last night. They will get a win soon. Hopefully they will get some.
Obviously they were been unlucky at Bellevue last night because of course they lost Matty Zagar. Obviously,
he's we know what he's like around Bellevue.
Yeah, got a great reception by all accounts as well. So he's still a hugely popular figure up there at Bellevue from when he rode for them.
Kurtz and your mate Piotr Pawlicki had a coming together in the Polish League on Sunday. Kurtz was very complimentary. Yeah, I've just been reading about that in the Speedway Star, actually. So, he seems to be putting himself about. It's not my mate, by the way. not in any way.
No, it wasn't mine from when he rode for Wolves either, I must admit. So.
Did Lambert attempt to kick Schmarslik? I'm not sure. Do you think he tried to kick him? Would you try to kick Schmarslik?
Well, when you look at it from the replay, I mean,
I only caught one look at it. To be honest. So
some people have said that when they came in, Schmarslik turned really tight, and Lambert just put his leg out to sort of
get away.
Get away, really. So, but I mean, they would say, look at the speed that they're going. It's just, like I said, there's nothing in the rules to say you can't do that, but. It's probably maybe not the most sporting of gestures, but again, I suppose at the end of the day, you've got to be hard in on that level, haven't you? So,
and Schmarslik certainly will put it about if he needs to.
I didn't really say that Schmarslik had really did any complaining about it. To be honest, I mean,
no.
He sort of looked over as he did it, but we don't know what went on in the pits afterwards, though, do we? So,
no, we don't. Although somebody out there will tell us, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dave Twine has got a bit of a sort of abstract. Had a post come up the other day, Buxton Speedway. Had to read it quickly and only caught Mr. Tolley's name mentioned. So I know nothing about this. So if anybody else out there can help.
As far as I know, he's got absolutely no involvement with Buxton at all. So.
Meeting sponsor for the British Junior Championship last week. Pete Clark has already answered the. He was the meeting sponsor for the British Junior Championship last week.
Yep.
So I presume that's Tolley's badges.
Okay.
Shout out to the Plymouth fans travelling to Glasgow Friday and Workington Saturday. And yes, I'll be one of them mad people doing it. That is a journey.
It's a hell of a journey, isn't it?
That is a journey.
Well, having driven down to Plymouth, and I know for a fact that it's a journey. It's a long journey down there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I should be down there next week, so that probably will be my first meeting of the season. I think it's Scunthorpe they've got, so with the first.
Well, you can do the review of that track then.
We've already done Plymouth, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
That was the first one we did. Yeah, we should have thought about that afterwards.
We should have done.
Should have done it when I was there. So
yeah, we had a bit of a hiatus on the reviewing of the tracks just because of things. Let's just leave it at that. Things.
Yeah. So obviously we had said we were going to do Sheffield next. Elliot, of course, if you're listening, you would said you were going to do some stuff for us as well. So
yeah. Well,
and we have it in writing.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and of course Sheffield they have got Ipswich at home on Thursday, so we'll have a chance to have a look at that one. So
okay. Waffy didn't score in Poland last week. Pulled up in a couple of races. So he's not there yet, is he?
No, there's a long way to go. He's before he can start thinking about riding at that level.
Simon Corwett, big interview yesterday about home track preparation being so different on race day. Which track are we talking about there? Is this the Pawlicki thing? Because I know he'd mentioned something about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we caught up on that.
Yep. We've actually caught up 34 minutes in. Well done.
Yeah, there'll be more. Right, so let's talk about Northampton.
Yep.
So far, so good, I think, is what we can say.
Well, apart from the fact they've lost every meeting.
Apart from the fact that they've lost every meeting, I think we could probably have predicted that. It's a tough whole thing. Hopefully the next home meeting, they've got a little bit of track advantage now because they will have seen the track.
Yeah, they've got Kings Lynn on Thursday, which I believe is on BSN, so obviously might be an opportunity to sort of take that one in and have a look at
the track.
Yep. people who said, I do know some people who have been there and they said they were quite impressed with it. So, and
it looked okay.
Yeah,
and
so-
I've seen some video of how it rides, and it seemed to be fine.
yep.
People were saying it was shorter than they was expecting. It looked smaller than.
Yeah, it did look like it was going to be quite a big track, didn't it? So, but no, obviously we wish them well. So, it's a big ask. I think it's a big challenge. Obviously,
It's
where they've got
so important.
hasn't had
that they
Speedway
do
for
well.
since I think in the 1960s was the last time they had Speedway. So, and it's all sort of been put together quite late as well, hasn't it? So,
It's so important
yeah,
that they do well for Speedway as a whole. But yeah, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Simon Corbett said it was Ostro that he was talking about. So I presume that I think that was without me having a look. Max Frick had a poor start to the season here and in Poland. He didn't look great.
No, he didn't. He
On the
didn't.
GP, to
No,
be
he
fair.
didn't either. So, I mean, obviously he's made the move in Britain. Of course, he's obviously moved from Leicester to Kings Lynn. So, but, as I say, he hasn't been vintage. Max Frick, has he? So,
Andrew Newell, sorry, makes the very valid point. Bear in mind at the moment Northampton have Zager and Iverson out. Which
no,
is,
that's not helping, is it?
no, it doesn't help anybody, does it? Both who'd started off quite well.
Yep.
So, fingers crossed. I mean, the best thing about it was that the crowd was good.
Yep.
The racing seemed to be okay, which will hopefully they were entertained and will come back. They'd need to win some matches, though.
They do, yeah. They need to get a win sooner or later. They'll obviously be looking at that meeting against Kings Lynn on Thursday as a
possibility.
a possibility. So,
A lot will depend on now on guests and so on, won't it?
of course, yeah.
Which is, can you imagine you're new to Speedway?
Well, they're
you,
all
come
gonna
to your,
be the-
you come to your second match and two of your riders are not your riders.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? Well, there's nobody here to explain it to me. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Of course, the BSN series is now completed. In the all the qualifiers are in the championship. So we'll have a little look at that. So in the Scottish section, Edinburgh have finished top of the group with 6 points from 4 matches. Berwick 5 from 4, and Glasgow 4 from 4. In the northern section, Redcar, who won that group, they scored 8 points. Workington 5 and Scunthorpe 2. And in the southern section, Poole 8, Oxford 4, and Plymouth 3.
so we've got us in the finals. Then it's a 3-legged final, isn't it? I'm not
The
sure.
winners of each group and the best runner-up progress into the
So semi-finals.
Edinburgh, Redcar, Poole, and it's going to Berwick and Workington. They both scored 5 points, so I'm not sure how they're going to. Somebody might probably tell me how they're going to separate that, whether that'll be done by points difference or whatever. So it's going to be one of those two that's going to be joining them in the next round.
Edinburgh must be cock-a-hoop at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But there'll be a little bit of concern really for Glasgow because that's not really. They've had a home defeat. Obviously, they've lost to Edinburgh. Didn't win any away matches either. So Berwick, I think, predictable. 2 home wins, 2 away defeats. So yeah. So
And there was a 45-44 result somewhere. I can't remember where that was now. Oh, that was Leicester. Was that Leicester Sheffield?
yeah,
It was, yeah.
that's right. So
That's the best win, isn't it?
yeah,
That's
winning
the
by
best
points.
win.
For the worst
By 1
defeat as
point.
well. So
Yeah, absolutely. Which put Leicester top of their group, I believe.
yeah.
So we were saying Sheffield looked okay. At the
Yeah,
beginning
so
of the
let's
season.
have a look at
Less
we'll have a look at the knockout cup actually, which
Yeah.
it's a knockout format, but it's a group
Group.
stage, so it's not strictly speaking, not knockout, is it? So,
No.
so in the northern section, Leicester top with 7 points from 4. That section is actually now done. So Leicester 7, Bellevue 5, Sheffield 3, and just the one more meeting to go, and that is the meeting, of course, on Thursday night at Northampton.
Heads up.
Yep.
That those teams in that league, would you have picked them to finish in that order.
No.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
You wouldn't have
done.
picked Bellevue. You'd have picked Bellevue to go top, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. And I probably would have picked Sheffield to beat Leicester.
Yeah.
So, you got to give Leicester kudos for that.
Yeah, so the other section, it's Ipswich obviously have had all their matches. They've had 2 wins at home and 2 wins away, so 10 points, perfect start for them. So the Kingsley Northampton meeting is just really a fixture filler now.
It's more important for Northampton.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's obviously Kingsley don't want to go and end their cup campaign on a high, but it's important for Northampton, I think, to get that first win as soon as they possibly can.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
In tonight's poll, will Smartlick break the record and gain 7 world titles this year? It's running at 83% say yes, 17% say no.
Okay. I've no idea how I can put my vote on that at this point.
Well, you haven't. Have you got your phone?
I have, but
Well, all you've got to do
somewhere.
is go onto our page. The page you've had for 15 years.
Yeah.
That one that you visited in 1983.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just click on it and put yes.
Okay. I can't do that at the
No, no,
moment,
no,
though.
no,
That's the
no,
thing. Okay.
You're not that clever.
No, I'm not clever at all.
Jesus.
Okay, well, I guess we should start looking at
Prediction League.
League.
He just wants to look at the table, doesn't he? That's right.
He never used to be this keen, did he?
I know, yeah.
Amazing.
No, I couldn't. No. Let's have.
You want to look
dear.
at that one first, then?
Yeah.
I was going to crop the top bit, actually, but
Yeah, you probably should. I'm getting a nosebleed.
Yeah.
That's,
Look at that.
well,
Look at me. Yeah,
I just want the season to stop now.
that's pretty bad, isn't it?
yeah. I've corrected the table, by the way, Simon, so obviously we've given you 1 extra point, although it's not really moved you that much further at the table. Right, so.
I'll have a look at this bit. Wait on, where's it go?
Okay, I can't say anything about it.
No.
I don't understand what's happened. Do you know what? Actually, I do understand what's happened. I haven't got Birmingham results pulling me down, me predicting a win week after week. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a few a few obviously meetings there that were coupon spoilers. I don't think only a few people had Workington to win at Scunthorpe.
would he have been one of them?
Actually, yeah, he went for 36.54, so he actually got a point for that.
Wow.
He's actually got a point for that. Yeah,
Yes.
only Ben went for Edinburgh to win at Glasgow as well. So, but looking at yesterday's meetings, a lot of people got the scores bang on as well. So they get the 2 points. So that's myself and Rich Thomas top scoring last week with 10. So
Okay.
where did the leader finish? He got 7 points. So middle of the road. And
I'm taking it, man.
yeah, Webby was last. He got 3. So, oh dear. Right.
Right, shall we go through them? then?
Okay, so we'll start off with tomorrow's meeting in the Championship. Poole against Redcar.
I actually think it's you to go first, Matt.
Yep. I will go for Poole to win by 10.
And I'm going to ask a stupid question. Have I already done this?
No, you haven't.
Oh, okay. Paul by...
Do you want me to write your answers down?
Yeah, go on
then?
then, yeah.
Yep. Okay. See, otherwise you'll forget. So.
Yeah, okay. Paul by 8.
Okay.
You see, I was going to say Paul by 8 as well.
You can still say it's fine.
Red Car have surprised me quite a lot.
Yep.
This year. Okay, the next one.
The next one is Sheffield against Ipswich.
That's me, innit? Okay. Sheffield by 12.
Ipswich have started really well, haven't they?
Oh, am I going to do it? You said Sheffield by 12, did you say?
Yeah.
Am I going to do it? Haven't done one for a while, have I?
No.
Draw.
Someone suggested to me possibly whether we could, if you pick a draw and it's right, whether you should get an extra point because it's such a rarity.
I thought that's what we did, did
No,
I?
it isn't what we do.
Okay, because it's. I mean, you take a bit of a chance, don't you? Because if you say a lose, you're going to get a point, even if you get the score wrong.
That's right. Yeah. So.
But we can't change the rules now. But
No,
maybe-
we're not the BSPL. We can't change the move the goalpost during the season. So I'm going to go for. I think Sheffield will win, but I think it'll be close. I'll go for Sheffield to win by 4 on that one.
Okay.
Next up, what I'm mentioning, this is going to be Northampton against Kings Lynn.
Okay, and that's down to me. I'm going to say, it's so difficult because you don't know what the guests and so on are going to be. But just because I'm a romantic, and this is what's going to make me lose
The lead.
the league. Just this result here is what's. But I'm going to say Northampton by 4.
I'm going to go for Northampton by 4 as well.
Okay.
Webby?
I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking.
It's not a nice look on you. I've got to be honest.
All right, then I'll go Northampton by 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Edinburgh against Workington. That is in the Championship on Friday.
It's up to you.
I'll go Workington by 18. Edinburgh by 18, sorry. Yeah.
You give me a shock there.
Isn't there a rule you have to say? You have to.
You could take the first answer.
Edinburgh by 12.
Edinburgh by, I don't want to say 18 now. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm going to say 16. You said Edinburgh by 12, did you? Sorry.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to remember to write yours down as well.
Okay, so next up is also the Championship. It's Glasgow against Plymouth.
Okay. Up to
Glasgow,
you.
of course, were there. Glasgow, the two sides did meet each other last week as well. So
Up to you.
Let's go by 6.
Glasgow by 10.
Well, Plymouth did run Glasgow. They lost there by 4, didn't they, last week in the Cup? So, but I'm going to go for Glasgow by 10 in that one.
Okay.
Next up, staying in the Championship, Redcar against Poole.
Oh, that's going to be a tasty one.
Yeah. Redcar have done well against Poole in recent years.
Yeah. I'm going to say Redcar by 6.
I've gone the same, Redcar by 6.
Redcar by 10.
Okay. Staying in the Championship on Saturday, it's Workington against Plymouth.
Okay, and that's up to you again, Matt.
Draw.
Oh,
I'll go for a draw. Now.
okay.
Who are the teams again?
Workington versus Plymouth.
Oh, right, okay. I'll go Plymouth by 6.
I've got to go Workington by 2.
Okay, next up, staying on the Championship on Saturday, it's Berwick against Scunthorpe.
And that's up to you, Webby.
Berwick by 4.
That's quite a difficult one. Again, Berwick have done
At home, yes.
better than I was expecting. So I'm going to say Berwick by 8.
I've gone Berwick by 16 on that one.
Okay.
Okay, and finally, on Monday, Kings Lynn against Bellevue in the Premiership.
I'm going to say Bellevue by 6.
Bellevue by 8.
Bellevue by 12.
You're just thinking numbers.
I ain't got a Scooby.
That's it.
That's
the one, yeah.
Okay, so we've got a few more on the shout box. Cooper Rushton scoring well at Kings Lynn. Yes, he is.
Yep.
Got a lot of time for Cooper Rushton, I think.
Yeah, good little rider.
Cracking little rider. And he was included retrospectively in the 7 riders for which I think is a good move for the World Cup. Pete Clark just says Berwick. I don't know why. Dave Twine says Berwick cannot ride against Edinburgh in Cup rules.
Oh.
Can somebody explain what that?
Is that the base end? I believe it is, yeah. I believe it's the base end. Somebody will probably explain to somebody that's a bit cleverer than us. Right?
Yeah. Rich Thomas, is there a way of checking if I've done predictions this week as I can't remember? Bloody dementia.
We are looking at something that you can do it with when you put your predictions in, that you will get an email, but you'll need to you will need to register to do that there. So, if you have got a Google account, then obviously just let me know, and then we'll look at something there. And when you do it, you will get an automatic email giving you your predictions. Because a couple of people, I think it was Jeff Daniels, has asked me that as well. So
Yeah. I'll keep getting messages.
Okay.
yeah,
Glasgow also knocked out of the cup as well, which
not a great start for the Tigers.
No. Interesting little missive here. Woffington looking to get more rides. Could he be heading for Northampton in the near future?
It'd be a hell of a statement if they did get him, wouldn't it? Because the one thing about Ty, he knows how to publicise things.
Our same group cannot ride against each other again. That is the answer there. Okay.
We should say as well, best wishes to Dan Thompson, of course, who crashed out at Leicester yesterday. Obviously,
gosh,
broke
yes.
collarbone. So.
Yeah, the old broken collarbone. A few people were asking why he wasn't included in the GB setup. He's another rider that could.
Certainly last season he was excellent, wasn't he? He really stepped up the last year, didn't he? So.
Okay, let's have a look. Will Smarshlick break the record again and gain 7 world titles? 71% says, it's just gone up to 75% says yes.
Talking.
And 25% says no. Okay.
Interesting.
I think everybody thinks Smarshlick's going to. Most people think Smarshlick's going to win this year.
I think he probably. I think he will. He will break the record.
I think he's
whether he will do it this year. I don't know.
That's the thing, because it's. I mean, people say, he knows how to do it, he knows how to do it. Nobody knows how to do this because nobody's ever done it. So, and I just feel that he's got a little bit more competition this year now than he has had. I think Bewley's looking really good.
Yep.
I think Robert Lambert is in the ballpark now. Don't know about Brady Kurtz now because he didn't have a great start, but based on last year's form, is another one that
Casper Arena will probably.
He'll have something
whether
to say about
whether
it.
he can keep that up over the whole season remains to be seen. But if you look at his score, I think he's second in the averages in the extra league at the moment, only behind Smarslick. So he's definitely had a really good start to the season.
So
as I say, he looked very, very lively and looked
feels like that there's more of a challenge to him this year than there has been for a few seasons.
Well, there was a
now.
big chance to him last year, in fairness.
Of course,
but,
yeah. which he need. I mean,
I think he probably needed that, to be fair, though. So
he nearly didn't do it last year. I mean, there was times last year when we thought,
Curtis going to do it,
but because it wasn't just that Kurtz won all those 5.
yeah,
Which he did on the trot, but Schmarschlik wasn't sort of coming second or third, so so it just looked like there's a bit of a chink to his arm. We haven't spoke about Freddie Lindgren. He didn't look great, did he?
No, he didn't. He, I think he found it a bit tough going, but again, still managed to get to the. I mean, people keep saying Jason Dawes finished. He still managed to get 11 points, and he's in the top 6. So
how?
Whether
it didn't look
whether I mean, I looked at this the other week. Actually, it's 9 years.
Really?
I didn't realise it was as long ago
Wow.
as that.
I suppose when you consider how many times Schmarschlik's won in the interim.
He's always in there, isn't he, Jason Doyle? He's a really strong gator, and on his day, still more than capable.
He's a great rider. Yeah,
Yep,
I think he's a lovely little rider. Got a good attitude as well, I think.
It'd be interesting to see how he copes with No Britain this year. Of course, obviously he's been a stalwart of British Speedway, hasn't he, over many years, and of course not doing it this season. So
the other thing that we generally say at this point is what a shame for Laguta.
yes,
It's that might have been the great rivalry, those two.
I don't know whether that was just a 1 year thing where, I mean, how many rods have we seen over the years who've won one world championship? You think they're going to go on and become dominant? They don't get close again.
Over the last, is it 7 years, 8 years? One of the two, somebody will tell me. Only one rider has beaten Schmarschlik.
Yep.
And that's the rider.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, to be fair, if you look at over the season, I think he only beat him by 3 points, so it wasn't. It wasn't. He didn't completely dominate him, but he went toe to toe with him and just about edged him out by the 3 points. So,
but you just feel like that was a possibility of a big rivalry there, but it didn't happen. So, and that's, I would have to say, that's gone now.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's like you say, that could have been, a real something. You look at some of the great rivalries we've had in the past. That could have been another one there. So,
right. Well, we're going to say goodbye in a couple of seconds. We will endeavour over this next week to look at Sheffield again.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think Elliot's joined us today, so I'm going to see if I can get in touch with him.
I know he was at Landshut on Saturday.
Right, so he might still be drunk.
He gets around, so
he does get around.
Yeah.
He does.
Fair
get
play
around.
to Eddie, though. He does watch a lot of Speedway.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. Well, thank you again. Good luck to Buxton this week, because that's my team.
Yep.
You've got to say good luck to
Plymouth, because I should be on next week, but I should be down there. So,
and Webbys got to say good luck to
Northampton.
Northampton. Yep. There you go. And on that note, there probably will be no music to play us out.
Or there might be.
Or there might be. Have you sorted that?
Different.
No. But we will see you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Get out! Get out! That's right.
To the Speedway Tavern, enjoy your stay.